biggest accolades on a pool table. World 9-ball champion, US Open champion. They're the two biggest events we have. And he's got both of them. Very, very clever player as well, Biado. When the balls go scrappy and ugly, that's where he excels. Here we go, looking forward to this one. It'll be Carlo Biado breaking first.
So they're in round two with identical victories in terms of the scoreline. Carlo Biado eased past the UK's David Black 9-1. Landon Hollingsworth also a 9-1 winner against Rolando Gonzalez of Spain.
As always, pay attention to the yellow 1-ball, trying to pot it in the side, which he does. Where's the blue 2? Is he going to get a look? I think the 7 has got Biado hooked. It must be tight. He's coming around to have a look. Yeah, there you can see it's hooked. It's going to be the push out. Looks a tricky push as well, just because of where the blue 2 has finished.
So the reward for the winner of this match will be a meeting with Chang Yi or Besar Spahiu in winners' qualification.
Yeah, we're saying about the push out, it's a little tricky. You can only pretty much maybe go to the left side of the table, because obviously if he rolls near the bottom corner pocket, he's going to leave a long pot. If he rolls up top end of the table, the blue 2 goes in the side. Okay, he's going to test his opponent. He's basically said, if you don't knock it in, I will, buddy. He's going to go for this one. There's no way this gets put back. You see, I mean, you know, at this level, Phil, I'm not saying Carlo Biado, maybe he doesn't really know Landon. He's thinking, oh, who's this guy? I've never seen him. Maybe I've got a good draw here, but he just rolled it in like it was over the back. Now, this is very thin. Don't know if this is potable. If not, it will be safe. Let it go. Oh, he needs a bit of luck here. He needs a bit of luck. You may well be seeing the jump tube coming out. Positional shot was going wrong.
Seems to be moving fairly freely, even though he's got the brace on and not yet back to 100%.
Oh wow, what a shot there from Landon to stay at the table when he was in a spot of bother.
Yes, and although there's distance, he does have some form of shape on the 5. Yeah, in terms of Carlo Biado, even if he doesn't know Landon Hollingsworth well, it won't take him more than a couple of racks to suss out just how good he is or can be.
Another good pot, and this is going to be ideal, Phil. Cue ball back in ideal position. He's fighting hard in rack 1. Made a couple of nice shots. And he knows he's back in prime location. Don't land short with the cue ball here. Make sure you get in the middle of the table. Like so.
Yeah, and the very fact he's here and made that transatlantic flight while still needing the leg brace shows just how enterprising and enthusiastic he is.
Yeah, obviously, he must feel comfortable enough to play. There's no way they've been sat on an aeroplane coming over to the UK.
And if the US Mosconi Cup team is looking for a fresh infusion of talent, maybe it could be Hollingsworth. He's certainly taken this rack out superbly.
Yeah, I think Team America need young blood. I really do. I think it's time for a change, time for a switch up. Get some of these boys in the team. Let's see what they got. Why not?
Well done, Landon Hollingsworth. This is a man who used to work in a nuclear power plant. And that was pretty powerful the way he cleared those balls. So Hollingsworth makes a statement opening run out. As I said, he's from Greenville, South Carolina. Famous for many a well-known figure. Peebo Bryson, the singer. Kevin Garnett, the NBA multiple All-Star. The Reverend Jesse Jackson and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. He of the Black Sox.
Don't know any of them, Phil.
Peebo Bryson. Go on YouTube. Peebo Bryson, beautiful singer.
Peebo Bryson. That's my night sorted, Phil.
Where is the love?
Okay, breaks with power, and he's going to get a look at the blue too. Where's the sick ball going to finish? I think it's okay. I think he can still drop in that side pocket.
When we switched over commentary teams between match 6 and this match 7 for the day, I briefly asked Jeremy Jones what he thought of Landon Hollingsworth's game, and he said he's very good. Now, if Jeremy Jones says that, you know he is.
These are the chances you've got to take, though, against the world's best. All the balls are in the open. If this was a practice rack, I'm sure Landon would clear the table, no problem. Granted, it's all about the green 6. I'm not quite sure if that goes in that middle. Easy. If it does, well, they're all over the pocket. Kind of looks like it drops in that side. The first rack where Biado played the push-out for and left Landon that long too, that will have woke Biado up. He won't be doing that again in the hole. He's probably seen enough already in the first rack in a little bit to know that he's in for the match here. He could have only been a little bit straight there. It's not quite come far enough over. Can he draw it in between them two balls? Yeah, he can. That's what he's played, and he's nailed it. It was all about this ball. We didn't know if it would drop in the side easy, but it does. Looking really good out there.
one of the aforementioned hit singles for Peabro Bryson was "Tonight I Celebrate My Love." Well, I'll tell you what, if Landon Hollingsworth continues to play like this, he'll be celebrating a victory over Carlo Biado, and a notable one. This is a terrific start. 2-0. And really good to see, as you say, Carl, a player with a good junior pedigree in the United States stepping up onto the international stage and showing us what he's capable of. Ramazan Akdag 6-0 up on Sam Story. Damien Massey led Mickey Krause 2-0, but now it's 2-2. All square, Ramesh Gokul and Masato Yoshioka at 5-5. Torsten Homan 4-3 upon Yannick Pongas. And Wojciech Szewczyk on table 19 on the hill against Martin Degler at 8-1. Victor Zielinski, he's a real talent from Poland, and he leads Ahmed Abdolami by a rack to nil. Now can Hollingsworth consolidate?
He's losing the cue ball a little bit, but he is braking at full power. I do like that brake rather than the players that are choosing to brake more medium. He's going full SB catching mode, so every now and again you are going to lose the cue ball, but he's been fortunate that the last ball that fell in was the blue 2, because look where the red 3 is. He's just got to squeeze the cue ball past that 8 ball. He does. I like his game, Phil. I don't care what happens from here on in. I'm not bothered. I've seen enough of him. I know the kid can play.
Yes, and Carlo Biado will be equally impressed. Maybe more than impressed, maybe concerned. I think he should be.
America need help in the Moscone Cup. Things are just not happening. I know they've been beat many times over the last few years. Why not throw one of these youngsters in? Give them a go.
Yeah, I think one, certainly. You don't want to basically include people for the sake of it. But if someone can play well and who clearly relishes the big stage, well, yeah, give them an opportunity.
Interesting decision here. He's going to risk it, or he's going to take his medicine. Yeah, he took his medicine. Well, did he play for the bottom right pocket or the bottom left? I'm not so sure. Kind of in between. I think he's going bottom right. Big shot, biggest shot of the match so far. This will keep Biado glued to the chair. He may not even be going for the pot. Oh, okay, he's got a bit of patience. Cubo was trying to get in behind the 8. He hasn't succeeded with that, but as long as he's cut off an edge of the 7, well, even if Carlo can see a little edge, he's still in a bad spot. First real mistake there from Landon.
Now there's Lambo. He's playing like Rambo tonight. Real hero stuff.
Trying to kick this ball in. Often he does kick him in as well. Still a good shot because he's left distance. This means his opponent has to knock a really good pot in. I suppose in rack 1 Landon did make a mistake, didn't he? Played a poor positional shot but then fired the jump shot in. So maybe we should mark that one down as well. Got to be tough on these youngsters. Tough pot here, by the way. Just cue this ball in. This will make him feel 10 feet tall. Needs a bit of help. Needs a bit of help. Okay.
Pool balls are much larger than snooker balls, and so when you're cueing from very near a cushion like that, it's hard to hit the wide ball as truly as you want to. Biado here requires 2 gaps, and he's got them. The gap to get past the 9 with the cue ball, then the gap to knock in the 7. He's about, you would think, to get off the mark. It really was asking a lot to knock in that 7 from distance. Hollingsworth didn't really threaten the pocket, and now Biado is back within 1, trailing 2-1. Ramazan Akdag has quickly gone to the hill against Sam Story. 8-0 up over on table 14. Mickey Krause has won 3 racks in succession to lead Damien Massey 3-2 on table 4. Masato Yoshioka, who's played in the World Cup for Japan, alongside Naoki Oi. He's now 6-5 up on Ramesh Gokul. On table 3, one of our streaming tables here on WNT TV, Edward Koyonjian has taken a 2-1 lead over Imran Majid. Same score for Daniel Maciol over Roberto Bartol. Abdullah Al Yusuf, he's 4-2 up on last year's UK Open runner-up Mieszko Fortunski. Michael Schneider 3-2 over Boris Ivanovsky. Chang Yi and Besar Sparhu, the winner of that match, will play the winner of Hollingsworth or Biado in winners' qualification, while Chang and Sparhu are 5-5. Also on the hill, Radislav Babica, 8-6 up on Julian Seradia, who caused one of the upsets of the day by beating Claudio Cacci in the previous round. And Matthias Snigotsky moving towards a potential winners' qualification meeting with Joshua Filler. Snigotsky leads Jan van Leerup 6-4.
Didn't make the 1. Made another ball, that means he stays at the table.
As you were saying, Carl, Biado is very tactically astute, although didn't play that one anywhere near where he wanted the balls to finish. Your paths must have crossed.
Well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that one's got me. Really sure we've ever played in a big tournament, you know. That So old, I don't think. Retired before Biado even started. No, I think me and Carlo were similar age, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I don't think he was travelling so much back in the day. I think he was more a big action player in the Philippines, if my memory serves me well.
Well, he travelled here to Telford last year to play in this tournament. Got through to the last 16 before losing 10-5 to Victor Zielinski. Lovely stuff. He's bringing it.
Yeah, again, it's all about the purple 5. If it just rolls in that side pocket, he's okay. If he's quite tight, he's got to get close to his work, which he can, because of where the pink 4 ball is. Good look, his cue action. Very straight. Moves a little bit. Most of us pool players seem to do that. Maybe he's got to play for the bank on the purple. Maybe it doesn't go in that side. That's why he's forced the cue ball out to centre of the table. He's played for the bank. If it doesn't go in the side, I'd have preferred to have set out a plan to play the purple 5 onto the brown 7. It's pretty much over the pocket. Yeah, there you see. He's pretty good on this bank though. One thing's for certain, he'll go close, he'll definitely get a point. Gone in. Where's the cue ball, Phil? Oh no, he's forgot about his rock. He's forgot about the white ball. That's going to hurt.
So what you're saying, Carl, he could have legislated for that?
Yeah, he was putting everything into the bank and it was a big shot and he's just forgotten about the cue ball. To stud it 2 rails and go in. It's not bad luck. It's a bad shot.
When you scratch late on in a rack at this level against a player of Biado's class, it's essentially the death knell for the rack, and so it proved there. Biado back, all square at 2-2. On table 15, Can Salim of Germany. He's 4-2 upon Carlo Blasi. Now 7-4 for Matthias Snigotsky over Jan van Leerup. Van Leerup got to the semi-finals of the Scottish Open last weekend, within 2 racks of making the final. Victor Zielinski, who knocked out Biado in last year's UK Open, he's 2-1 up on Ahmed Abdulami. Radoslav Babica 8-7 now over Julian Serradia. What a double that would be for Serradia of Switzerland, beating Babica after Claudio Cacci. Torsten Homan and Yannick Pongas locked together at 5-5. Besal Spahiu, the Albanian World Cup player, has now taken a 6-5 lead over Chang Yi. Boris Ivanovsky and Michael Schneider 3-3. And Daniel Massol, who a lot of people think has got a really big chance, and I would not dispute that. He's 3-1 up on Roberto Bartol.
That's a better strike. I was looking at the cue ball, it arced perfect, and the 1 ball has gone in the side, and it looked like he was going to Be able to see the potting angle on that blue ball. But having a close look, he'll know better than anyone.
One other score update. Mickey Kraus, who was delighted with the form he showed in his first match. Well, he's won 5 consecutive racks to take a 5-2 lead over Damien Massey. For all of his greatness, for all of his achievements, you would never say he's the elite amongst potters.
Oh, okay. What's happened there? Could he have not gone for the pot there, Phil? Was I missing something?
Well, it was very clumsy even when he attempted the hook. Clumsy and tactical exchanges, they don't fit together when it's Biado who's concerned. Of course, he was part of the winning Asian team at the Reyes Cup. All kinds of balls moving. Hollingsworth doesn't achieve cover on the 2, but this is a real test.
Yeah, if he finds the middle of the pocket, the angle will take care of itself. This is all about potting the ball. Cue ball will be okay here. I'll say that. He got away with it, but he didn't pot the 2 in the middle of the pocket. That was the problem. It went off the top jaw. Fortunate to have a look at the 3 here.
Yeah, caught the 2 ball too thick, too full. Not so fortunate this time. And where the 4 has come to rest, Carl, it's quite an awkward situation.
Yeah, you can see what the plan was. Don't forget, after contact, if you do not pot a ball, the ball will strike. Well, what a shot he's played here. If that goes in, it's ridiculous. What a great hit that was from Biado. Only had a little edge.
The Filipinos, when it comes to kicking, just top of the tree.
Obviously, he's a big favourite to pot the ball, but it's getting on the purple. Yeah, he went rail first. Okay, don't knock his long ball in. Okay, misses his long ball. All of a sudden, it's gone scrappy this match.
Which definitely suits Biado because, as you said, when the match got underway, Carl, he can win ugly with the best of them. He can win impressively with the best of them, but he can also duke it out in disjointed exchanges.
Redeemed himself. Good pot. As he left himself straight on the 6. He's getting down pretty quick.
Look at the spin on the cue ball. Only now coming to rest. We've said he's not the best from lengthy or mid-distance. This isn't in yet. It is now, and Biado is about to take the lead for the first time. Indeed, he does. 3-2 in favour of Carlo Biado over Landon Hollingsworth. What a career he's had, Biado. He's 41 years of age now. He's won gold at the World Games in Wrocław in Poland in 2017. Also twice the gold medalist at the Southeast Asian Games in singles and doubles. As for the major individual tournaments, well, he's pretty much got a clean sweep. He won the US Open in 2021. I suppose the crown jewel was winning the World 9-Ball Championship in 2017. He's also won the Japan Open and various other titles, including last year the 9-Ball Championship in Ho Chi Minh City and the RACS MVP Tour 9-Ball Open. He won the Chinese Taipei Open 9-Ball as well last year. He remains a force to be reckoned with. In fact, in 2017, Carl, he was voted the Sportsman of the Year in the Philippines.
Yeah, that just gives you an idea of the profile of pool players in the Philippines. And finally, he gets a look at the lowest ball.
When he won that world title in 2017, it was in Doha in Qatar, the event, and he beat a fellow Filipino in the final comprehensively, Roland Garcia 13-5, and indeed 12 months later he came really close to retaining the title, only losing to Joshua Filler in the final 13-10.
Is he going to try and break out the pink and the green here as they're stuck? Oh, he's forgot to pot the ball. Has he potted the blue too? He may have. He has.
Well, at least he keeps control of the table, but knocking in the 1 and gaining shape on the 3. give Clark Kent a call.
Play the cross bank, top left corner. That gets the cue ball back down table. It's all about pace as well. Protect the yellow one if you miss the bank. Tried to play the edge and he's missed the ball altogether.
The penalty for ball in hand is so severe. That was a cardinal error. Hollingsworth, though, will be delighted where the pink 4 ball and the green 6 are located.
Spin this. Can he get enough spin, enough juice on the cue ball to separate the balls? Okay. Work out, so that gives the initiative to Landon. Got to play good safety here. Not a lot of balls left, so one little mistake and probably going to cost you the rack. Could also play the bank actually. I've double checked. Didn't look at that. It's pretty straight in actually. Yep, there you go. Fires it in.
Win or lose, I think he's shown already, Hollingsworth. He's not frightened to attack, to play with freedom. The cue action is good, more than workable. And now he's back on level terms. Biado 3, Hollingsworth 3. Interesting matchup on the one-loss side. On table 2, it is Jack McDermott, better known as Pie Face, YouTube influencer, loves the game of pool. He's up against Flavian Glont from Romania. Glont leading 5-1. Of course, Glont's great party trick. More than that, he's won Romania's Got Talent with it. He is unbelievable with a Rubik's Cube. You've seen him in action, haven't you, Carl?
Yeah, I did a video with him actually a couple of years ago. Phenomenal. Want to check it out? Go on YouTube. Not my video, I mean all the videos of him. Ridiculous what he can do with a Rubik's Cube. Not a bad pool player as well.
Yeah, so if you want to see a portion of that match, it's over on our Table 2 stream on WNT TV. On Table 3, Edward Koyonjian of Indonesia is 4-2 up on Imran Majid, and he's got the chance to make it 5-2. Tough second round draw for both of them, that.
Watch out, cue ball. It's going to go in the pocket. It's bad news for Landon. He kind of winds you up when he gets kicked in off.
Yes, especially with no saving grace. There's not a hint of a cluster in sight.
This is all because of the scratch on the break.
Yes, and it must be remembered in the fourth rack, Hollingsworth banked the 5 successfully, only to going off there as well. When it's a 30-second shot clock and you need the bridge, sometimes you have to take your extension. That's what Biado did there. Mind you, with only 3, now 2 balls on the table, it's hardly a gamble.
He's about to edge in front.
Yes, for the second time it was 3-2, and now it is 4-3 in favour of Carlo Biado. Mickey Krause is playing some seriously good pool on table 4. 2-0 down you are to Damien Massey, but any thought of a shock result have been wiped away, surely, because Krause now leads 8-2. I can tell you that Ramazan Akdag, he came through 9-0 against Sam Story in the same round. Winners round 2. Ramesh Gokul and Masato Yoshioka, 7-7. On table 3, You can see that on the stream on WNT TV. Edward Kyongjun, 5-2 up on Imran Majid. Daniel Massiol going great guns now, 6-1 up on Roberto Bartol. Don't be surprised if Massiol is in the shake-up. Boris Ivanovsky, 5-4 up on Michael Schneider. 5-4 also for Mieszko Fortunski over Abdullah Al-Yusuf. Besar Sparhiu inching towards a victory over Chang Yi at 7-6. Dean Shields and Billy Thorpe 2-2. Torsten Homan on the hill against Yannick Pongers at 8-7.
Yeah, I fancied that match going close, Phil, when I seen them two guys in the draw. Yannick Pongers, one of the up-and-comers from Holland, and Thorsten Homan, well, a man who's done it all, a European pool legend. He's going down the stretch. Okay, Biado to break. He's just edged in front. Struggled on the break, and he's going to scratch on the break. Wow.
So it's catching. And just as in the previous rack, the balls spread very invitingly. Let me quickly tell you, we know who Joshua Filler's opponent will be in the winners' qualification round. It will be Matthias Snigotsky, who's defeated Jan van Leerup 9-5.
Yeah, this rack for Landon is all about the opening couple of shots for me. Once he gets from the blue 2 down to the red 3, if he gets on the red 3, okay, he's done the hard work. You could argue the very first shot was the most difficult of the rack. Gotta just dink this one in. That's pacey. That is pacey. He's lost the cue ball there. And if this goes past the 8, I don't even know if he can reach it. It's going to be a stretch, this one. They play safe. Carlo Biado special there. He does that so many times. Don't be fooling thinking he's fluked the ball. Take a look at this.
Well, the acknowledged look. Immediately the 3 went in, but of course there's always the chance of that kind of thing happening, because when it comes to kicking, he's so accurate.
Yeah, it's the skill of hitting the second rail the way he did to separate the balls and give the 3 a chance. What a shot, what a poke, what a kick. Shot of the match. All of a sudden he's got a spring in his step. Picked up his pace as well here.
due to visa issues, the Filipino contingent in this tournament has been rather decimated. No James Arenas, no Johan Chua, no Jeffrey Rodder, no Anton Raga. Maybe Biado will carry the flag on his own. Make that 5-3 over Landon Hollingsworth. Good that after falling 2-0 in arrears.
What a kick shot that was from Biado. Can't tell you how many times I've seen him do that to his opponents.
Had a very interesting life before he turned pro. His roots were in Rosario in La Union. He worked as a golf caddy actually at the Villamore Air Base while he was still a student. After work he would play billiards in the evening, and soon he realised just how good he could be. But it wasn't exactly an early starter. Didn't begin playing the game until he was 13. They call him the Black Tiger, and his apparel today is in keeping with that nickname.
Needs to figure the break out though, that's what's been missing from this set. And it's still missing. Yeah, I know he's made a ball and he's at the table, but he's not making the one ball. There's the push out. I don't think he's going to get this one back. I think Landon will play this. Well, he's give it back.
If it's any consolation, I was with you there, Carl. I thought he would play, because these Filipinos, when they push out, often are very wily, and they push out to a position where if they're given the shot back, they will put you in a heap of trouble. That isn't a heap of trouble.
No, that's a gift. There you go, Landon. Have cue ball in hand, buddy. Might be the worst shot I've ever seen Carlo Biado play.
Well, the late great snooker commentator Willie Thorne, when he saw a bad shot like that, he used to say, well, that wasn't the worst shot I've ever seen, but it was in the top 3.
Got to slide past the 2 ball, hasn't he, for the same bag. That's all right. Doesn't need to go crazy with the cue ball. Pink falls over the pocket. Just make sure you pot the blue.
On table 2, Flavian Glant, the Rubik's Cube expert, is just about to solve the mystery of beating Pie Face Jack McDermott. 3 balls away from an 8-1 win.
Can you believe he's put the cue ball there? Anywhere but there. Talk about making life hard work for yourself. They'll still fancy this though, just because it's straight. Pink falls pretty much over the pocket. Got to get the cue ball jumping quite high though. That's why he's took the little bit off the bottom of the jump cue.
As promised, here's the end of Glont McDermott, or at least the Romanians hoping it will be the end, and now it should be.
What a mistake from Hollingsworth there. But 5-3 down, he was gifted cue ball in hand from Biado and made a right mess of it.
Pieface heading home. Flavian Glont marches on. You know, if they ever did a remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Flavian Glont, he could be one of the characters. Great name, isn't it?
Presume you'd be an Oompa Loompa, Phil?
Not quite tall enough. You disgrace.
Had to get it in, sorry buddy.
By the way, Carl hasn't retired from commentary. He's just laughing so much at his own joke, which was, of course, at my expense. He can't speak for the next few shots, no doubt.
Oh, thought he'd missed the pot. Didn't go in clean, but he's got in, but he's lost a cue ball. Seems nobody wants to get a grip of this match.
They need to get a grip on table 10. Yannick Pongers and Torsten Homan are currently hill-hill. 8 racks each. He's still laughing, by the way, folks.
Isn't it amazing, Phil? He just can't control the cue ball. And even when he scratched, that comes down to can't control the cue ball. It's just not seeing the angles. It's not an easy pot, by the way, but the cue ball should never have been there.
And against someone like Hollingsworth, who is capable of a shock victory, that's a ball that Biado might regret. The gap narrows to 5-4. Have you ceased in your mirth?
Phil, I've had to listen to your one-liners all day. Just let me have one. Just the one.
The trouble was, it was the best one.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, so apart from the fact I've been insulted, I've been trumped as well. Spasian Spasov of Bulgaria is 6-5 up on Shane Walford. Now that's a loser's side match. So Walford, could he go 0-2? Well, the answer, of course, is yes. Cancel him, 5-4 up on Carlo Blasi. This is all winners round 2. Victor Zielinski 5-3 over Ahmed Abdelimi. Radislav Babica did beat Julian Seradea 9-7. Billy Thorpe 5-2 over Dean Shields. Mieszko Fortunski on the hill against Abdullah Al Yusuf at 8-4.
Ooh, did you see the cue? He was just about to break, and as he pulled the cue back, it fell out of his bridge hand. You don't see that very often. That was incredible. I'd like to get another look at that if we could.
It was actually a really good save, wasn't it? That was the actual break. And not the best reward, really. Hit them quite hard after this false start.
Kind of sums up this match, doesn't it, Phil? There's been a few errors. They're creeping in. The balls do look a little clustered, but when you look at the table, they're actually not. There's the push out. Option for Landon to play or pass. Okay, Landon's put Carlo back in. Carlo, believe me, he'll be looking at some kind of crazy shot here. Is he just going off the edge, trying to use the pink? Oh, look at this. It's gone wrong now. He was trying to get the cue ball down here where all these balls were.
On table 5, Daniel Maciol has defeated Roberto Bartol. Well, not just defeated him, thrashed him 9-1. As the week progresses, keep an eye on Daniel Maciol. And the same thing applies to Mickey Krause, who won 9 consecutive racks in overcoming Damien Massey 9-2. Well, it was a valiant attempt, but another in a series of scratches from both players.
Yeah, both players playing the B game at the minute. Needs an angle on the blue 2 here rather on the first shot, and that means he can get on the red 3. Just make sure you miss the 9 ball there, coming up off the 1 rail. May go 2 rails. Yeah, 1 rail's fine. Yeah, he could avoid the 9. That was the main goal there. And now he looks like he's in a good spot.
Also in a good spot, Torsten Homan, former world 9-ball champion, who came through Hill against Yannick Ponga's 9-8.
This rack should be over, but just the way the last 3 or 4 have gone, you don't really want to mark it down yet, do you? But surely Biado takes these out. And we're just approaching that kind of meaty part of the match now in a race to 9.
Yeah, the focus intensifies as the winning line becomes a little closer. It is not a classical cue action, but the results speak for themselves. (6-4) Biado back in front by a couple of racks. 3 more needed to earn his passage into the winners' qualification round. Kansalim is now 7-4 up on Carlo Blasi. Victor Zielinski taking control, it seems, against Ahmed Abdulami. Zielinski doubling up at 6-3. The number of winners round 2 matches dwindling down all the time. Billy Thorpe 5-3 over Dean Shields. 7-5 for Michael Schneider over Boris Ivanovsky. Jeska Fatunsky on the hill against Abdullah Al-Yusuf at 8-4. Edward Kyonjian 6-3 upon Imran Majid. That would be a really good win for the young Indonesian. And Masato Yoshioka on the hill against Ramesh Gokul at 8-7. And that is it. They are the only remaining winners round 2 matches, apart from the one we're watching.
Yeah, and it's Carlo who's going to be breaking in rack number 11. He's back to a 2 rack difference here.
Nine-ball pool is a fickle sport. Biado knows you can never be far enough in front. Just keep piling on the pressure.
Does he get a look at the red 3? I believe he does. He's finally made the yellow 1 in the side pocket.
Couldn't force the cue ball out into the middle of the table as he wanted. Obviously the 5 still cuts back into a blind pocket, but it's more of an examination than perhaps it should have been.
Almost get the impression Carlo knows he's kind of like made a mess of this match once. He feels he could have gone 3 or 4 up, and just get the impression he ain't going to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, the initial burst from Hollingsworth, he played 2 brilliant racks to begin the match. That form not there anymore. It is the first 3-rack gap of the match, and the beneficiary is Carlo Biado, 7-4 the scoreline. Ramesh Gokul and Masato Yoshioka on the hill on table 13. It's going to be unlucky for one of them. Mieszko Fortunski can't quite see off Abdullah Al-Yusuf yet. Now 8-5 there. Cancelim on the hill against Carlo Blasi at 8-4. Dean Shields fighting back against Billy Thorpe, 5-4. And now Edward Koyonjian on table 3 leads Imran Majid 7-3. So on our streams, no more action on table 2 today. Table 3 continues on with Koyonjian against Imran Majid. But we'll be concentrating on the end of Biado Hollingsworth. I think the offering on WNT TV is really comprehensive, as has been underlined today.
The value's there, Phil, $100 for the year. It's a steal.
Yes, if you love your pool, it's the place to be.
Yeah, and as the week moves on, of course, we're going to see the world's best, but we're just teasing you a few of the amateurs, a few of the celebs. We've even thrown Barry Hearn on for you. Won 4 racks in his last match, Phil.
Yeah, pleased to see that. This scratching pattern continues. Just when you think one player is starting to get on top, then they're derailed by a scratch.
Tried to make something happen there. He might have to do it again here. If he can thin cut this in and disturb the couple of balls, the pink and the 8 he will. If not, he might play the bank. Cut looks okay. Yeah, he's took a gamble. I mean, you've got to be happy with that, really. He's not hooked, is he? Or, he's never going to land on the pink 4. It was all a case of just getting the next shot. He's had a look at the 9 ball and the 8. Pace has got to be nice here, though. How's the pace? It looks good at a glance, but where's the pink 4 finished? That's the bit that's not good, because it's gone over the pocket pretty much.
I think it's fair to say that Biado is an adequate jumper, so this well within his range.
Yeah, you're never quite sure where the cue ball's going to finish, but he can get a little bit of control. Well, this is plump. Wow. Because the 4 was pretty much over the pocket and you're hitting it quite full to pop the ball, it means these guys can control the cue ball, and boy, did he control it. Look at this.
Yeah, helped by the fact that the 5 went into various pockets. Now, though, as Carl said, he's absolutely in prime position to reach the hill.
He's kicked on, hasn't he, Phil? With a little bit of help from his opponent, it has to be said. But it's this 9 to be on the hill.
Yes, 3 consecutive racks from Carlo Biado, turning a slender 5-4 lead into an 8-4 advantage. 8-4 also the scoreline for Salim over Carlo Blasi. Victor Zielinski 7-3 up on Ahmed Al-Dulaimi. It's really tight. Billy Thorpe and Dean Shields 5-4 to Thorpe. Michael Schneider on the hill against Boris Ivanovsky at 8-5. That's where Mieszko Fortunski finds himself against Abdullah Al-Yusuf. And on table 3, Edward Kyonjian 7-3 up on Imran Majid. They're the only winners round 2 matches still in progress. Some losers round pool still going on as well. In the match between David Black and Rolando Gonzalez, they're the 2 players who Biado and Hollingsworth beat 9-1. Well, Black on the hill at 7-2. And Shane Walford and Spasian Spasov, what a hard battle that is over on table 6. The scoreline 6-6. That would be a real setback, real disappointment for Walford if he came here and went 0-2 and went straight out of the tournament on day 1.
Okay, Carlo Biado to break. He made the 1 in his previous. Where's the cue ball again? This has been insane, this match. How many times has the cue ball been kicked into a pocket?
Incredible, really. And we've also had scratches in other parts of racks. That white has been misbehaving. Well, the straight in 2-9 combination is clearly there.
I can't have that. This is the shot, though. I know it looks very easy on your screens, but you can see how he's messing about trying to get the cue ball straight. The run out's easy. Why would you want to mess about with this? I mean, I'm saying that because I'm terrible at these shots, to be fair. He might not be.
Never in doubt. So the gap closes to 8-5.
Yep, quick rack.
I can tell you, Salim has won his match 9-4 against Carlo Blasi. When you've got a combination like that, Carl, I know you said you were terrible at that kind of shot, but you're being self-deprecating. What's the key just to make absolutely sure you know where the second ball is hitting the third?
Yeah, I know a lot of people try and forget about the ball you're trying to pot and just pick something in the distance. I mean, that was pretty straight, wasn't it? We could see from the camera angle. But you're so used to potting balls in the pocket, aren't you? So whenever you've got to play a combo, it just feels a little unnatural. I think some people are good at them and some people struggle, really.
Another result on table 11. Michael Schneider is through to winners qualification, defeating Boris Ivanovsky 9-5. And in winners qualification, it looks like he will play Mieszko Fortunski. But Fortunski isn't quite over the winning line yet. He's 8-5 up on Abdullah Al-Yusuf. So will that combo breathe new life into the Hollingsworth challenge? Well, that's a victory of sorts. The cue ball remains on the table.
Yeah, that's a rarity in this match. Dry break brings Carlo to the table, but he's got to play a safety. Is he playing it up and down? Cue ball behind the 8. Is that on? That's what he's tried. That's what he's got. Good shot.
It's the simple things that impress sometimes, and the way the Filipinos play that shot and consistently boss the tactical exchanges, that's what makes them such serial winners. Well, Carl, in this match, you're never too far away from a scratch.
Yeah, Carlo's got his chance to win the match, put this match to bed. Just got one good shot to play here. Got to make sure he lands right on the blue 2, because he needs an angle to get back down for the red 3. All about angles, 9 ball. So he's trying to land high. See, he's got a rise smile. What type of angle has he got? And he's got a bit of trouble with that 8 ball. It's gone wrong. All because of the poor positional shot. I think he missed a trick. I mean, Carlo Biado's done it all. He's achieved far more than me, but I don't understand why he stunned it in the middle. I think he should have tried to find a couple of rails for position on the blue 2, like sneak in behind that 8 somehow. Missed a trick there for me. He's had to play another safety. So good at that type of shot though. Finding them couple of rails, fill in behind that ball, gets you locked up in jail time after time.
Yeah, and it's the precision. He's completely taken away the left-hand long rail for Hollingsworth. Extension. Of course, rendering the escape even more difficult. On table 3, Imran Majid has pulled one back against Edward Kyonjian. It's now 8-4 in favour of the Indonesian. He will not be wanting that one back. And that is the pool gods repaying Carlo Biado for not making the most of ball in hand.
He's going to hit this ball. It's where it's going to finish. That's the problem. I mean, I suppose you've got to take it. If you're Carlo, that is. You can snip it into the side, but it's very, very thin.
The kiss on the black 8 ball was never going to be ideal, and it's obscured Hollingsworth's path to the 4. There is just a thin edge of it available, though.
Yeah, good cross bank. Could just see enough of the pink ball to play it.
He was cutting it fine there, almost committed a time foul. Delivered the cue at the last second, literally.
Centre of the table is good enough. Just don't under-hit this ball. Don't want to over-hit it as well. Well, it's a little steep. May have to go twice across. Yeah, he did. Hanging on in there. He's making a game of this. 8-6. We've seen many a match won from 8-6 down. Still very much game on here.
And now Biado has got to fight against the regret he will be feeling for failing to make the most of ball in hand. When Hollingsworth scratched, he might have thought that was the end of the match. But the match remains alive, very much alive, because as the winner of rack 14, he gets to break in rack 15. Victor Solinsky still 7-5 over Ahmed Abdulami. Billy Thorpe 6-5 over Dean Shields. Mieszko Fortunski can't put Abdullah Al-Yusuf away. 8-6 now in favour of Fortunski. 8-4 Edward Koyonjian over Imran Majid. But Majid looks almost certain to win the 13th rack, so the gap will close to 8-5 there. The winner of Koyonjian or Majid will play Jonas Suter Camino in winners qualification, and the young Spaniard has been successful of late in some smaller but nevertheless impressive field WNT ranking events.
Okay, what shot's he going to be faced with here? Looks like it goes in top left. We'll get a look in a moment. Well, maybe it doesn't. Problem is the cue ball's kind of running away from the red 3. He's had a go. Well, it was actually all right. Pretty straight, wasn't it? So, good chance here now.
It was a breeze for both in the previous round. Both players coming through 9-1. It's gone from breeze to battle.
He's got to come past the 4-ball, the potting line. He knew that. He's achieved that. That means getting on the 5's easy now. If you land too short, you've got to start messing with the top rail and maybe the green 6 and top right pocket comes into play. Now it's easy. As long as he's got an angle, finding the rail doesn't really matter. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't want to be on the rail, but I knew the cue ball was going in that direction. The fact that he's got an angle means he can come down for the brown 7. That's absolutely perfect. Don't do anything silly here, just make sure you leave the cue ball near the rail. Ideally it just bounces off a couple of mil. Shoot the 8 up into the far right corner, it's easy, it's unmissable. That'll do. Wow, he's hanging on him.
No surrender from Landon Hollingsworth. From 8-5 down, he now trails only 8-7. Anyone's match from here, because of course with the winner break format, Hollingsworth gets to break off again in the next. This has been quite a lengthy match, Carl. He's been on his feet for quite some time now, and with that leg brace, I'm just wondering whether there would be any discomfort in the legs. Obviously, when you're involved in a match like this, you don't feel it because you're completely immersed in what's going on, but maybe after the match, you'll get some pain.
Yeah, you would think he's definitely in some kind of discomfort, otherwise he wouldn't be wearing that, would he? But you know, he's come from America, he's sat on that plane for a good few hours, so he's got to feel he's okay. 8-7.
Can he make it hill-hill? Now, first of the day here on the main table. Well, he's shown that he's a fighter in recovering from his injuries. If you're just joining us, broken leg, torn ACL and various other issues. That was a little over 3 months ago.
His cue ball's flying around.
news of another American. Billy Thorpe now 7-6 down against Dean Shields. And Shane Walford's continued participation in the UK Open rests on a single rack, because he and Spasian Spasov have gone to Hill. It's 7-7. Remember, on the one-loss side, it is a race to 8.
Yeah, this goes in the top left. I don't think he could draw it back off the side rail and come down because of the 8. So he's got to spin the cue ball round off 1, 2, 3 rails. Maybe play for the red onto the pink 4 as a combo.
Well, a really good shot and a good call, Carl. See, I'm magnanimous. Even if you insult me, I'll give credit where credit is due.
Played it off 5 rails to land there. He's landed absolutely spot on. Still got to be careful with these. You know, sometimes you can do something weird here and, you know, leave the red 3 on the side rail and you can't really pot it, or you've left it too thin. So just make sure here. Don't think, oh, I'm good here. Give this a lot of respect, this shot. Couple more decent shots required. Land nice on the purple 5. That makes life easy getting on the green 6. Once he gets on the green 6, it's easy work. That's ideal. He can come down for the green 6 in the middle now.
And you can trace all of this back to when it was 8-5 and Hollingsworth scratched. Biado should have been in to win. He played one very poor positional shot. And ever since, Hollingsworth has had a second wind.
This needs to slow down. It has done, so he can just nip this ball in the pocket. Just let up off the cue there. Yeah, you see how he's looking into the skies. He knows he should have been straighter, a little bit closer on the 8. Now he's left himself a little bit of work to do. Smart move here, Phillies. Don't try and power this ball in. Just take your meds and leave the cue ball up there. Just make sure you pot this 8. Well, he fired it in. And he didn't really get any better on the 9. And he nearly missed the 8, to be fair. It went off that top jaw. Wow, big shot coming up here. He's been grinding for the last 30 minutes to get himself in the position. Don't fall at the last hurdle now. This is thin.
Oh, what a way to lose a match. Just when we thought it was going to be Hill, the 9 ball is left unmissably over the pocket